Hey guys, what's up and welcome. Happy New Year. So, in today's video, I get to share with you guys a detailed step-by-step guide on how I achieved this beautiful gathered dress with continuous sleeve and a Basque waistline. In case it's your first time here, you are welcome. As always, it's your girl, Apparel. Kindly hit the subscribe button and let's get started. So I have here on the table my pattern paper. Okay, so I actually use my carbon paper. I recently moved house and I'm still trying to settle in. So on my pattern paper, I've already gone ahead to draft out the starting line, the bust line, the waist line. I didn't bother to draft the finishing line because the length of this carbon paper is not what we are going to actually work with. So the first measurement I am taking now is a round neck line measurement, and it is 3 inches wide into 3 inches of depth. So I went ahead to connect both points together using my curve rule. So this pattern paper is what we're also going to be using to draft the back of our dress. So I'm working with a neck depth of 1.5 inches into 3 inches of width. Okay, so next to that, I took my shoulder to shoulder measurement of 7.5 inches, and I also took my shoulder slope of 1 inch, and I'll be using my straight rule to connect my shoulder slope back into my neck line area. Okay, so on my bust line, I'm going to be going up by 2 inches to draft my chest point. So I just indicated with a point there. I'll be using my straight rule now to rule a straight line across it. So this will enable me draft my armhole properly. Okay, so from the starting line to my bust line is 11 inches, and to my waistline is 15 inches, while from the starting line to my chest line is 9 inches. So when I remove 1 inch of shoulder slope, I'll be left with 8 inches. Okay, so from the chest line there, I'm going to be connecting it to the shoulder slope, which is what I just did right now. And then on my bust line, I am taking my dart measurement of 4 inches. I would also be repeating the same measurement on my waistline and connecting both points together using my straight rule. So I also went down on my bust line by 1 inch. I just indicated there. And on my waistline, I'm going to be taking a measurement of 1/2 inch on both sides of my darts. So this will enable me to take my dart properly. So using my straight rule now, I'm connecting it to that point where I took a 1 inch measurement earlier. Okay, so that's my dart measurement. So on my chest line, I am taking the measurement for my bust circumference divided by 4, which is 10 inches. And then on my waistline, I will be taking my waist circumference measurement divided by 4, which is 8 inches. I would also be adding my 1 inch of that, which I had taken earlier on the side as well. Okay, so after taking that measurement now, I'll go ahead to connect my waist point to my bust point using my straight rule. So next to that, I'm going to be extending my shoulder slope now, because we are drafting a continuous sleeve. So if your pattern paper is longer, you can make your continuous sleeve longer as well. So using my curve rule now, I am simply drafting a curve from the shoulder slope to the bust point on the side. And then also, so that our continuous sleeve will be well relaxed, I'm using my curve rule now to also, draft it properly on the side. So that's it for the drafting of our armhole. Okay, so next on my waist point, I am going to be connecting it all the way to the border of this paper, as you can see me do right now using my straight rule. So basically we are done with the drafting of our pattern. I'll go ahead now to trim this out, and then we'll be transferring our measurements on our fabric. So before we proceed to cutting on our fabric, first I'd like to remind you that this pattern paper is going to be used for both the back and the front end. So I will be trimming out only the neckline pattern for the back. And then also on the waistline, I am also cutting the Basque portion of our pattern paper, as you can see. So after doing this now, I'm going to be cutting on my fabric. So I have my pattern paper on my fabric, and I am simply marking on all sides 1/2 inch. So you can see that at the front of it there, I left out an allowance for my zipper. So this cutting, or this particular fabric I'm cutting now, will be for the back of our dress. So remember to leave an allowance of 1/2 inch on all sides, including the neckline area. So that's for the back. And after I was done cutting the back fabric, you can see me trimming out the neckline area of our pattern paper. And now we're going to be using this to cut the front of our fabric. Okay, so I have here fabric already cut out for both the front and the side, and the one underneath is for the back, which has zipper allowance, as I'm indicating with my finger, while the one on the top is for the front. So the back fabric is a two-piece fabric, while the front fabric is a single fabric in a fold. Okay, so at the bottom there of our Basque pattern, I added extra 3 inches to it. Like I said, our cardboard paper wasn't long enough, so I added extra 3 inches on the fabric before cutting. So what I'm simply doing now on the side is going up by 2 inches. I just made a point there on our Basque fabric, as you can see, and I'm going to be using my curve rule now to draft a curve shape on the side. So ensure to do this while cutting on your fabric. So now we're done with the cutting of our fabric, which we're going to be using for the making of the top portion of our Gada dress. I also used my pattern paper to cut my lining piece as well. Okay, so I've removed the pattern paper now, and I have, and the first thing we're going to be doing on the main fabric and the lining piece is to take our dart measurement. So ensure you do that. Okay, so I'm retaking the measurement again now because I've removed my pattern paper. So I'm taking a measurement of 4 inches there, and I simply made a notch, and I'll go ahead to the sewing machine to stitch the dart area for both the front and the back, and also the lining piece. So this is what we have after I was done stitching our darts. So I'll go ahead now to place the Basque fabric on top of the top portion there. As you can see, ensure it is the right sides facing each other, and then I'll go ahead to the sewing machine to run my stitches. So after stitching, you can see that because of the dart that was stitched, I have extra piece of fabric on the side of the Basque fabric. So I'll go ahead now to trim out that extra fabric on all sides, on the front, the main fabric, the back of the main fabric, and the lining piece as well. So guys, I'm done trimming out the sides now, and I have my main fabric of the back and the lining piece here. So I am placing the front main fabric on the table now, and I'm placing the back fabric on it. Ensure it is the right sides facing each other. And first, I'm going to be stitching on the shoulder. Okay, so I'll go ahead now to run my stitches around the shoulder, which I'm indicating with my fingers. And this is what we have after stitching. So I also did the same for the lining piece. And what I'll be doing next is to place the lining piece on top of the main fabric. The lining piece was supposed to be a complete lining, but I didn't have enough lining piece, and that's why you see me attach the main Ankara print on the lining, please. So ensure that they are properly aligned, as in properly placed on top of each other. And I'll go ahead now to run my stitches around the portion I am indicating with my fingers. Okay. So I'm done stitching now on all sides except for the border area where we'll be flipping our fabric over to the right side. So first, I'm simply going to be making notches around the neck area there. So ensure that while cutting it slightly, you do not exceed the seams, so you don't cut through your seams. Okay, so I'll do this all around the neck portion, and then I'll go ahead to flip it over to the right side. So now I'm going to give it a good press, and this is what we have, properly ironed out and looking well relaxed. So I've also flipped it over to the wrong side now, the back fabric placed on the front fabric, as you can see. So what we're simply doing is closing the top now on both sides. So ensure to take your measurement again if you are doubting, or you want to ensure that you do not have to lose your stitches. So ensure to take your measurements on the side before stitching. So what we're going to be doing next is to work on the skirt portion, which is our gathers. So in this particular video, I didn't bother to share with us on how to make our simple gathers. I'll be leaving the link below this video, a detailed video on how to make gathers. I do this a lot in my videos, so watch out for that particular video. Okay, so I have here my skirt fabric now. So let me show you the length of this skirt. It's actually 23 inches of length after I folded the border portion by 1 inch. Lest I forget, the size of Ankara fabric required for the making of this gather skirt is 4 yards. That is if you want the gathers full. If you can manage 3 yards, fine, but I like my gathers very full. That being said, now let's attach our skirt fabric to the top. So first, I'm placing the top on my table right now, and around the waist area there, the backs area there, is where I'm going to be attaching our skirt. So just take note of how I am placing my fabric, my skirt fabric on top of um the main top portion. Okay, ensure it is placed the right sides facing each other, and around that portion I'm indicating with my finger, I'll go ahead to the sewing machine to run my stitches by half of an inch, but make sure that your stitch is below the area of the gathers that has stitches which was used for making the gathers. So after stitching, this is what we have. Our dress is already taking a very nice shape. So I'm trying to close the back of this dress now, as you can see. Okay, so I'm going to be using my zipper to measure the portion where it will be attached, and then where the zipper end, we'll go ahead to close it with 1 inches. Okay, you can see me indicating with my finger there. I'm going to be stitching that all the way to the hem line or the border. So now, after closing our dress, the last and final thing which I'm doing now is holding in place my zipper, and afterwards I'll go ahead to the sewing machine to stitch around it. So guys, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're a new viewer, you're most welcome. I hope today's video was very detailed. If you find this video interesting, kindly give your girl a thumbs up, and if at this point you haven't subscribed, Haba, what are you waiting for? Encourage your girl by hitting on the subscribe button so you get notified whenever we put up a new upload. So guys, we have successfully come to the end of this week's sewing tutorial class. By the grace of God, I'll be seeing you on the next one. Until then, stay fabulous. As always, it's your girl, Apparel.